friends, you are Crafting with Kim Byers, and today we are making Halloween crafts. So I have 4 fun Halloween ideas that we are going to make with our Cricut and vinyl. I'm going to teach you how to apply vinyl to wood, how to apply vinyl to paper, how to apply vinyl to glass, and how to apply vinyl to plastic. So we're going to make 4 fun, really easy projects. And then these are something that would be great for gifting. So if your neighborhood does the you've been booed things where you get the little gift on your porch and then you give someone a little gift. So these things would be perfect for you've been booed. Plus, down in the description below, I have links to free printables so you can get the little signs and make those for your neighbors. So let's hop over to Cricut Design Space. I'll show you everything that we're doing and then we'll hop back over to the craft table and put it all together. Okay, really quick before we head into Cricut Design Space, I wanted to show you what we're going to be working with today. So this is my wooden sign. It is absolutely adorable. It has this great detail. I got this for $6 at Hobby Lobby. They have a whole series of just wooden frames for you to work with. They have some really great stuff. And then this is my glass candle. And then this is our paper bag and a plastic. I got this from the Dollar Tree. This is a plastic mason jar. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop over to Cricut Design Space and I'll show you all 4 designs. Okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. I just opened up a new canvas and then I went into images right here in the left-hand navigation and searched for things that I wanted to put on each of the 4 projects that we're making. So I got a little ghost face to put on my plastic mason jar. I got a jack-o'-lantern to place on the glass candle holder. I got a little boo to go on the paper bag. And then I got a much larger Happy Halloween to go on the wood. Now you'll notice that 2 of these are super simple and 2 are a little more detailed. With vinyl, it doesn't really matter. You can have them as detailed as you want because you're using transfer tape to move them over to the design. So you don't have to worry about placing little bitty stars and things like that. You can go simple or you can go very detailed. So today I'm going to use my Cricut Maker, but you could easily use the Explorer. You could also easily use your Cricut Joy for all 4 of these projects. So let's go up into machines. And so again, I'm using the Maker and then we can go ahead and select Make It. So now it's set up all 3 of my colors. So I'm going to use white for the ghost, I'm going to use orange for the boo, and I'm going to use black for my little jack-o'-lantern face and Happy Halloween. Now you note that we're not mirror imaging any of these designs. With vinyl, you do not mirror image. That's only with iron-on. There is some confusion sometimes, so I just want to make sure and point that out. So now we can go ahead and select one of our designs. And so it found our maker. And so we're going to be using premium vinyl for each one of these. So I'm just going to select premium vinyl. By the way, if you don't have that here in your favorites, just go into Browse All Materials and then you can search by grouping. So artboard, cardstock, you can go up into the top and just type in vinyl. And so all of these different types of vinyl pop up. Today, we're just going to use premium vinyl. Okay, so now we're ready to put our first on the mat. Okay, so here on the craft table, these are the materials that we're going to be working with to cut. So I have white vinyl, black vinyl, and orange vinyl. I have my transfer tape, a green mat, and then these are my weeding tools. And then I almost always use a clear acrylic ruler just to make sure that I'm centering everything and measured everything appropriately. Okay, so let's move these out of the way and we'll go ahead and put our vinyl on to do our first cut. Okay, so let's start simple with our white. We're just going to do our ghost face, and we need a 2 by 2.5. So you can absolutely use a pair of scissors just to cut out to, roughly 2 inches, or you can use something like this. I use my paper trimmer all the time to cut out all of my vinyl and iron-on. I just find that it helps me to save material because I'm not, cutting too much and wasting. So what you can do is I need 2 by 2.5. So this is nice because it, has a longer piece. We only need a very short ruler today, but 2. And so here I can see it's 2.5. So I can go up and put my blade down and cut 2.5. And so I'm cutting a very precise amount of material. I'm actually going to flip it this way real quick. And so then that way I know I'm not wasting anything. And putting vinyl on a mat, we just want to make sure that we are putting vinyl side up. And my mat is not very sticky, and when that happens, sometimes I will use a small piece of Scotch tape just to make sure that my design or my vinyl iron-on stays in place and it doesn't move. What I need to do is get a new mat, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and take that over to the maker. Okay, and so now what we need to do is place our mat underneath the guides, load the mat, and select cut. It's as simple as that. Okay, just unload your mat and then we'll get the other two colors together. Okay, we're back on the craft table, and so now we're just weeding out all of the designs. And it's super simple. You just take your weeding tool and remove the excess. And sometimes you can use a pair of scissors to sort of snip that away and then just pull. And so we'll weed each one of these designs. There's our Happy Halloween, there's our ghost. Okay, so now that we have all four of our designs weeded out, let's start simple. We're going to start with our jack-o'-lantern face and place that on our glass jar. So we have our glass jar, and then we have our jack-o'-lantern face. So what we want to do is we want to take our transfer tape and we just want to peel it lightly at the edge. Don't take it all the way off the paper. And we're going to take our jack-o'-lantern face, and place down our transfer tape. Okay, and then slowly, and you can even use your tool. Okay, and so now we have our jack-o'-lantern face with our transfer tape on top, and then you want to peel away the backer, leaving your design on the transfer tape. See how simple that was. Okay, so now we take our surface, we just turn our transfer tape over, center our design where we think we want it to be, and then apply. And you can use your scraping tool. Make sure you get out all the bubbles and all the little spots. And you can also use your fingers. Just make sure that you, especially on a curved surface, guys, this is a great way just to, do it with your fingers, make sure everything gets in there. Okay, so once you have the design where you want it to be and you think you have all the bubbles out, you peel from one angle or from one edge and just peel slowly. Okay. Ta-da! That was so simple, and that is so cute. Now do not toss this transfer tape. This can be used more than once. Some people say you can't, but you can. Okay, with that same transfer tape, we're now going to apply that to our ghost face, and this time I'm going to show you how to apply vinyl to plastic. So our little mason jar here was $1 at the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to make sure it's on there really well. Then we're going to peel it away. There's our design. And now I'm going to fill this with candy. So let's put our little ghost face on. Okay, and again, you can do this with your fingers because it's a curved surface, or you could use your tool. Okay, and once you think it is on really well from one angle, from one edge, ta-da! Okay, so now let's apply vinyl to paper. So my little piece of transfer tape tore a little bit there, but it's okay. It still kind of works perfectly for this spider. So I'm just going to angle it. See, we grab the spider and everything. We'll use our tool and make sure that we get it down really well in between all the little corners. Okay, and then we will take our transfer tape from one angle. Now see, our little spider leg didn't want to pop up, so you can just gently go back over it with your tool or kind of pop it up like this. Make sure that the For the intricate design, sometimes you have to do that. You have to work with it a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our design. And so I want my bag to stand open, and then I'm going to flip down the top. So I am going to put my boo about right here. Okay, so then we just take our tool, perfect, and then from one corner and go slow. Ta-da! So cute. Okay, 3 down and 1 to go. Okay, so now for the last project. Let's talk about how to apply vinyl to wood. Now, this is a little bit different process. There's a couple of things you need to know. So you're going to do the same process as far as transferring the design onto the transfer tape and all that stuff that we just did with the other projects, but you have to do a little bit more prep to your substrate. So with the wood, if it comes painted like this did from Hobby Lobby already complete, you don't have to worry about the paint. If you are painting it, I would give it 2 to 3 days to cure before applying anything to it. Now, after that is done, polycrylic. So polycrylic is a protective finish that will allow the vinyl to actually adhere to it. If you put this onto wood without polycrylic, it may or may not stick, and most likely it will fall off. So the polycrylic is just going to seal the wood, and it's going to give you a good layer for you to be able to apply the vinyl to, where the vinyl stays in place. I'm actually going to post a link up above to a cornhole game that I created that we use outdoors, and the vinyl, I used polycrylic, and the vinyl has stayed on the game, and it worked beautifully. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a very thin layer of polycrylic just on the interior of this sign. I'm not going to worry about painting the outer edges, and then it's going to dry clear. Okay, so the polycrylic dries really fast. It even states it on the front of the can. So crystal clear finish, ultra fast drying, easy water cleanup. So this stuff is great. And I actually got the clear matte because I didn't want it to have that, you know, glossy finish to it, but there is a gloss finish as well. Okay, so now we're going to take our transfer tape and we're going to put it on our design. I'm just gonna peel from the edge like before. We're going to leave it on the backer. And as much as possible, use the grids with lettering. It just makes placement easier. And you can take your tool and slowly pull it back and work the transfer tape onto the entire design. Okay, so I'm actually not going to pull it all the way off because I will reuse this. And so I'll put it right back onto its backer. Just go around each and every item, and remember, you know, this one's a little bit more difficult because it has all the little stars and all the pieces that are separate. But the thing I love about vinyl and transfer tape is you can pick it all up at one time. Okay, so now we take our design and slowly from one corner start pulling it away. Okay, so now it's time to apply it to our sign. And so I've placed my ruler here. It's roughly 12 inches across. I just want to be able to easily see my center point to make sure that I have my design in place. Okay, so I think this is good. Then I'm going to start working it into place. And slowly pull. Isn't it so so cute. It turned out so good. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed making all of these crafts. I hope you'll make some of these for yourself or for your neighbors or for family, and just have fun with it. Don't forget the free printable down below, and I also have links to all the things that we used today, so if you want to hop down and check those out. And I would love for you to leave me a comment or a question. If you guys have any questions about what we did today, I want you to craft with confidence. Please hop down and leave those for me, and I will get back to you. And I hope that you'll stick around for my next video. See you next time.